I've never heard about men getting pregnant. I've never heard about this argument. It must be some part of what you call the far left that is so minuscule that I, who am...
No, Jane.
What?
It's not minuscule, and I'm sorry, you can't throw this back on us. I assume it's because you are locked into media that just never wants anyone in their audience to know anything sketchy about.
On the latest episode of Club Random, Bill Maher completely dismantled Jane Fonda's woke talking points, and it was pure gold to watch. Fonda came in expecting another echo chamber podcast where every word she uttered would be applauded. Instead, she found herself sitting across from Maher, the anti-woke sharpshooter, locked, loaded, and ready to tear her narrative apart. Let's break it down.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is...
No, you know this about California.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry, I don't.
You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And that, what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist. Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where you're...
Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Jane Fonda is so deep inside the Hollywood bubble, she's practically forgotten what the real world even looks like. Years of flashing cameras, red carpets, and applause from self-congratulating activists have blurred her sense of reality. In her world, slogans have replaced logic, and moral grandstanding now passes for wisdom. But Maher? He's not buying it. He's armed with the sharp pin of truth, ready to pop that overinflated Hollywood fantasy and drag Fonda straight back to planet Earth, where real people live, work, and face actual consequences. Grab your popcorn. This one's going to sting.
Became birthers, they became the Tea Party. There's about a third of this country that's very hard right. Of course they love Trump. When he left office, he had an approval rating of 34%. So he really only had those people. Why is he now like tied? Because the other part of the coalition are people who, they don't really like him that much. They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what they...
By people like you.
Because it's true. You think the far left does nothing crazy?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You can practically feel the tension crackling in the air as these two gear up for a showdown. It's that electric calm before the verbal punches start flying. And then comes the irony. In one breath, Jane Fonda calls out Maher for saying the far left has gone crazy, then immediately admits they actually have. You can't make this stuff up. The double standard is practically the far left's signature move. Deny, deflect, and then accidentally prove your opponent right. It's political hypocrisy in real time. Maher knows it. The audience knows it. And Fonda? She's about to find out the hard way. Anyway, let's keep going.
What do you mean when you say far left?
I mean, I could give you a million examples.
Yeah, well, give me one.
Okay, the NAACP.
You think the NAACP is far
Could I
left?
finish my sentence?
Yes.
You asked me for an example.
Yeah.
Travel advisor, that's like State Department does to go to, I'm sure when you went to Vietnam, they were advising you not to. There's a war on.
I didn't talk to them. I don't have no.
I know, but you know a travel advisor.
Yeah.
Today we have them for very dangerous countries.
Yeah.
Don't go to North Korea. Don't go to Iran.
Yeah.
You know where they issued a travel advisory for black people not to go?
Yeah.
Florida. Every day there's stories like that that just make people roll their eyes and go, are you people nuts? Even if they don't matter that much, I don't think one person listened to this and thought, I can't go to Florida. But they just suggest something to the average person, which I completely understand, which is, wow, do you people ever find anything that's...
Woke isn't just a mindset. It's a full-blown ideology. One that seeps into everything. Culture, politics, entertainment, even the way people think they're allowed to speak. It proudly wages war on common sense, bends science into activism, and rewrites history to fit a feel-good narrative. Facts become optional, logic becomes offensive, and emotion becomes the new truth. That's the real problem. It's no longer about equality. It's about control through moral intimidation. I only wish Maher had driven that point home harder. He touched on it, sure, but stopped just shy of pulling the trigger, maybe to avoid alienating his liberal audience. Still, someone needs to say it outright. Woke culture isn't progress. It's the slow decay of reason.
Can get pregnant, that kind of stuff. And I understand that a trans woman can get pregnant. That's different than a man getting pregnant. Insist on blurring that line as if that's some sort of reasonable social cause, as opposed to just being for having full rights, respect, and protection.
No, trans women can't get pregnant. That's simply biological reality. But Maher is right when he says the trans movement should focus on securing rights and freedoms, not rewriting scientific facts. There's a big difference between asking for respect and demanding that everyone abandon reason to validate ideology. The movement risks losing credibility when it pushes ideas that conflict with basic biology, like insisting men can give birth or that gender has no connection to sex. That kind of extremism doesn't advance equality. It alienates potential allies. The real path forward lies in protecting individual freedoms, ensuring dignity, and encouraging open dialogue, not policing language or silencing disagreement. When debate turns into dogma, progress turns into division.